Okay, first of all, welcome and thank you for taking the time. What did you wonder about the most before moving to Umeå?
Well, I wondered the most was how the weather was going to be like and how the people were going to be like. But mostly the weather, because I had never seen snow before. I had never been under 10, maybe 10 degrees. And then here, supposedly, like, was going to be minus 30 or something. And how can someone live? I mean, me coming from like plus 30, I was like, how can someone even live in minus 30? So I think that was the biggest thing that I wanted.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. I think I'll be wanting that as well. What was the biggest readjustment with moving to Umeå? Like, what was the biggest difference from your homeland or your hometown?
The biggest difference was that I think the opening hours in restaurants and in malls and stuff. Because back home, in weekends, everything opens until really, really late. And in weekdays, everything closes early. And here is the other way around. Everything's open more in the weekdays, and in the weekend, everything is closed.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense, because it's in the weekend that you have time to go out and buy things, and they're losing so much money, I think.
Yeah.
But that was a really big readjustment, because back home I could 3 in the morning I could go out and eat anywhere, and here 3 in the morning you're hungry, you will die, because there's
nothing open.
Exactly. So that was a really, really big readjustment.
Yeah, I think that's a bad thing about Sweden as well. I agree.
Yeah.
What surprised you the most? Like, what differed the most from your expectations?
Wow. Differed the most. But you mean with Umeå as a city, or?
Yeah, with Umeå as a city and with the whole experience of coming here to Umeå or to Sweden. Like, what did you not expect? What did you not know that was major?
I mean, I knew that it was going to be more calmer than. I'm from Colombia, so I knew it was going to be more calmer than Colombia, but it was way too calm, I think, because back home there's a store in every corner, and there's super loud music in every corner, and in every corner you can dance to a different kind of music, and everybody's like dancing and having fun and all the time there until 5 a.m. in the morning, and you can go buy whatever you want. And then here, I mean, I wasn't expecting there to be salsa or whatever music in every corner. But, I mean, at least a store or more stores, but it's impossible. You find Coop and Ica, and that's it. At least in Umeå, anyway. There's not back home we have a pastry shop in that corner, and then, I don't know, anything else in another corner and stuff. And here, it's not like that.
Yeah, no, it's not. Maybe downtown is a bit better, but.
Yeah, but it's not just in the center, you see. Back home, there's a place like downtown full of stores, and every street from that place has a store as well.
Okay.
So it's
Okay. Why did you choose to study in Sweden, and why did you choose Umeå?
Well, when I really wanted an international experience, and then I thought, I found out, I met a lot of people from Sweden, a year or a year and a half before I came, and then Sweden was not in my map before, and then I met them, and they were like, no, but Sweden. I was like, okay, let's check out, where is this Sweden, so I had to go to the map. Okay, Sweden is here. Oh my goodness, so far away. But then at that moment, university was here for free. You shouldn't put that there. And then I said, what I liked most about Umeå was that it wasn't so big, but it wasn't so little either, and I knew that I was going to be able to adapt here easy, and go to places fast, because it's not like, I like Stockholm a lot, but it's different when you're new. Yeah. Here you can feel more like at home, because you can get to know places a lot easier.
Yeah, you can take your bike and go wherever.
But when you're in Stockholm, you have to learn about the tunnelbana and all these things, and then it's a lot bigger, and then it takes a lot more time to get to places. I thought that attracted me a lot about it.
Okay. What do you think?
Am I supposed to look?
No, it doesn't matter. It's 360, so I think. What do you think is special about Umeå compared to other Swedish cities and universities?
Wow. I think what's most special about Umeå as a student city is that there's so many students. Because the university has around 36,000, 40,000 students.
Yeah, I think it's about
Yeah, and then
about that.
yeah, and then there's 100,000 people in Umeå, so 40% ish are students.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was just amazing because everywhere you go, you see students, and there's that there's going to be a student life, and that this is going to be great. So I thought this was really cool, and the fact that it's so in the north, there's a lot of outdoor activities as well.
Yeah.
So that's also really attractive, I think.
Yeah, and also you have divided the city from the campus. So there's a campus area with living out around it, and then there's. I mean, I'm not in town very often.
Exactly. No, exactly. Me either.
So you mostly meet students.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. What has been your biggest improvement in your living compared to living in your homeland? What do you appreciate the most about Umeå and Sweden?
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
What would you miss if you went home today? What would be the main thing?
Oh wow, I don't know. What would I miss the most?
Or like, what is the most convenient thing in your everyday life compared here to at home?
Oh, I don't know if I can answer that. I think. Most convenient thing here.
Or like, what is good here but not?
Biking everywhere. That everything is so close. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think wherever I go, I will want to have a bike. I'm not going to be able to bike anywhere because distances are so long. But no, yeah, definitely the distances.
Yeah.
Everything is so close, and you can get everywhere really fast, and you can get. I mean, places really fast, and you don't get lost, and there's signs everywhere, and I think it's perfect. I think definitely that.
Okay. Which parts of the university and campus do you think are the most interesting for someone who's thinking about moving here? Like, if you were to show your friends how great Sweden and Umeå is, which part would you choose?
Of the university?
Yeah, and on the campus.
I think I would...
Or Umeå as well.
I think I would definitely choose the point that is... like if you were in... Samverkanshuset.
Yeah.
Like the point that almost in the crossroad from the street, and you look this way, because then you see all the university, you see the sculpture here, you see Samverkanshuset in the end, you see all the dammen, you see Universum. I mean, that image I have shown everyone. I think everyone I know knows that my university looks like that. And I think that's the best point, actually.
Yeah, the pond is really great too.
The what?
The pond, the dam.
Yeah, exactly, the pond. It's perfect. I mean, if you put that in any picture, it's going to be perfect, I think. And then, wow, Umeå, I think there's a lot of great places. I mean, to show downtown, including the river.
Yeah.
Because the river as I don't know, like a natural part, I don't know. I think it's really nice. And then, this place in Nidala, where you see the northern lights, where everybody there, that picture of everything, I think that's really cool as well. Mentioning that it's so close anyway, that it's so natural and still 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I think those are the places I would choose. Okay,
if you think building-wise of the university, which university buildings do you think are the best?
I mean the design school is really nice.
Yeah.
But I think this part is also nice. I mean, I think that maybe I haven't thought about that. I think that the buildings that you can see in the picture that I told you here with the diamond in the back, I think that's really nice. And just the entrance of Samhällsvetarhuset with all the glass windows.
Yeah,
and
Lindenhallen.
Stuff. Yeah, like Linden. I think that's really nice. And then I think the building that's behind.
Humanisthuset. Yeah.
I think that one's also really nice.
Okay. Yeah, you have the vardagsrummet.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's really nice.
Okay. How important do you think life outside school is? Like, how important is student life? I don't know if it's an English term, but in Swedish.
Yeah. Super important. What do you want to say about it? I think it's super important. I mean, we have...
Like, how important is it if you're choosing between universities? How big of a deal is?
I think it's super important because people want to know that they will have I mean, like some support or someone to hang out with afterwards, and that there is going to be something to do, and yeah. So I think that if I wouldn't have known that there was a student life here before, I think it wouldn't have been so attractive, because in a new place you want to be able to get to know new people and to be able to go out. So I think that was super important.
Okay. If you were to make a marketing movie to attract international students to Umeå, like we do, like if you were in our project, what would your main focus be? Like, what would the one thing that you were focusing on be?
Shit.
We're gonna edit that out.
But you mean of all Umeå, or?
Yeah, if you were like, if you wanted your friends to come here, if you wanted people from Colombia to come to study in Umeå, what would you show?
So I would try to make it as real as possible. I think that for people the people that watch it are able to relate to whoever is talking or to whatever they're showing. So try to make it. I mean, try to include as many different aspects as possible of everything. It doesn't have to be just a specific thing, but the more things there are, the better, because then people can relate to different things, and then they will feel more attached to it, and then they will remember, oh, this university had this, oh, I saw this as well, so I like this as well, oh, I like this, oh, they also mentioned this. So I think that definitely just to be able
to have many things in it.
Yeah, I mean,
like show a lot of
a variety. I think, because then you can really relate to a lot of different people, and I think people talking also, and like laughing. Not saying shit, but something.
Yeah, I understand. What's the best thing about studying in Umeå? Maybe that's the same as before, but
best thing about studying in Umeå.
Maybe it's the same as before.
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, I think about it. There's a lot of freedom here. So freedom, you can study here, you can study close to home, you can study by nature, you can study in town, and everything is so close. So you don't have like limits to, oh, I have to stay in the university all day long because my house is so far away. So that doesn't exist. So I think that's really nice.
Okay. Last of all, what's your best experience about Umeå so far? Like, what's your best memory or your best experience?
Oh, I think that one of the best experiences that I have here was the first time I saw the Northern Lights. Because it's so intense. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I feel very intense everything, but I think it was the first time. I mean, you don't expect this. You see pictures and you're like, oh wow, it's so pretty, but then when you see it on top of you and it's so big and it's moving and you're like, what is this? And it was really nice. I think that was definitely the best when I saw them. They were huge and they were moving and they were so much. Yeah, I thought that was the best.
Okay. Thank you very much.